So today what we're doing, since we're waiting for the delivery from Always Delivery to come, I didn't want to get in the pond in the boat and get all wet, and anyway, we're doing these, keeping the bees out of these poles. So Jimmy goes in with newspaper. What's that? And the workers like to stick their garbage in those things, which I guess isn't the end of the world, but what we're doing is Jimmy sticks a little newspaper in there, just enough to keep this foam from falling all the way to the bottom. And then I come by with the foam and just do that. And then that expands. That's going to expand about 2 inches above the pipe here. And it expands out and just makes a nice tight seal so bees can't get in there. I try not to put too much because, like I say, it will expand up an inch above this. Usually it looks like a tennis ball was stuck in there. But anyway, we're just doing all those, and like I say, the newspaper is just a temporary holder to keep this stuff from going all the way down to the bottom. As soon as it expands and sets, the newspaper is not needed. That's it. And then when that expands, you'll be amazed how much that will expand. I always put too much because and then I come back and the thing is just humped over, like I said, like a big ball in there. Anyway, that's what we're doing right now because we're waiting for Always Delivery to come, and they're going to call right before they get here. So this needs to be done. The plumber came. The plumber came and fixed the faucet, the one that was leaking down there at the pool house. The little spray handle on the main sink was leaking, Matt, as you know. And he took it apart, and it was it just needed to be sanded down a little bit. A little piece needed to be sanded down a little bit. It just got scuffed up a little bit when they were putting it together, I guess. So he thinks it'll work. If it doesn't, he said, give him a call and they'll buy a rebuild kit and they'll fix it. So, and then under the sink, he tightened the escutcheons in. But what I didn't notice, I didn't look at it good enough, is there's a big hole in there anyway. You guys probably saw it. I just didn't see it. And so anyway, I needed to put some of this foam or probably going to use steel wool, and just pack it all the way around, and underneath they can get up in there. And I'm just going to pack steel wool all the way around just so they can't get in easily. And I think they'll give up. I don't think they want to get in there that bad because all that's in there is shelter. And I don't think they're going to dig that hard. And they won't eat through steel wool, so I think we'll be able to keep them out. So we'll see. Madeline came this weekend and dropped off the pesticides. I can't start spraying until at least tonight, until they get done. So, but she said that we do need to irrigate, and she's thinking just a gallon, just 1 gallon, which is good. That way we don't overwater. That way we don't get this again, where these things are just growing out of control. I mean, at some point, we're probably going to have to put more water in, which will make the canopies grow faster, but hopefully we can control it. And anyway, I mean, look how it looks just with no water. That section right over in there, it's just thick. Anyway, and like half of it doesn't need water, but we don't have it isolated where I can I can do 3 sections in each vineyard. This is broken up into 3 sections, basically 7, and then 6 is broke into 2 sections. And that's all I can break it down without digging up and doing a major change in the irrigation pipe, which could be done, but anyway. So the ones that need it, and so we're only going to put a gallon on, and then the ones that don't need it are just going to get a gallon of water, which won't hurt them, but it'd be nice if we didn't water them, but we don't have a choice. So anyway, at this point, she's going to email me exactly how much water to put on, and once I get that, I'll go ahead and start watering. And she had a couple guys up here this morning. I called her and she hadn't gotten back to me. She had a couple guys up here and they were going over the pump house over there. And I don't know why she did that. I don't know, just lack of communication or something, but they were in there flipping switches and just doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing. I told them that I handle all irrigation. So just so you know, in case it ever comes up, I mean, be glad to teach somebody, but it took us, you know, it took us quite a while to figure out how everything works around here. And they flipped some switches that shouldn't have been flipped and didn't open some valves that needed to be opened. So I'd rather they didn't mess with the pump house at all. And I'm going to tell her that. And I just want to make sure that, you know, you didn't ask them to look it over or anything. But anyway, no harm done. I just had to put things back the way they were. And the first irrigation of the season, we have to go and undo the caps on the end and blow out all the debris and the stuff that gets in the pipes, and open all the little blue valves and just clean out stuff that got in the pipes over the winter. So that needs to be done. I don't think there was any damage. I don't think they hurt anything, but anyway, I'm gonna tell her, unless you tell me different, to have them not touch anything when it comes to the irrigation. So that's all.